effort in showing up. So I wanted to get to all the questions that came through, and I thought if I could just say it this way, it might be an easier way to access it, the information. And if I just speak it into a little video for you. So here we go. So one of the questions, and I think I momentarily covered that, what causes the energy spikes? Well, there's a lot of things that cause energy spikes. And part of it is what is happening in the field around us. There's a lot of electromagnetic energy in the field as we are going into immense fluctuations as a planet in the whole cosmos. So we can look up evidence of that, of solar flares and all these things. And this really does connect in with us and sparks our energy. However, we're not aimless beings that have no awareness of being in this cosmos. We are beings of the cosmos. So I don't really enjoy the idea of becoming very, very stuck in the fact that, oh, we're just at the mercy of the solar flares and the push and the pull of the planets. We're not at the mercy of it. We certainly are aware of it, and it is connecting into us and reacting in our being in some way, which makes us know that we're part of all that is here. But we have an aspect to us that is also able to discern and to decide. And so that part of us is that when we are feeling the stretch and this pull and there's a lot of chaotic static energy, we can still choose how we want to be in that moment. So yes, we have high and low vibrations on this, and the way we are connecting to it will either elevate our vibration or drop it as a darker feeling, a deeper, more painful feeling. So it'll go either way, and the choice point is us. We choose how much we want to suffer in this life or how much we want to thrive, even though there are solar flares, even though there's chaos in the world, even though there's hate and anger, even though there are wars, even though we're insecure, we still can hold our energy being, even though. Okay, so we can talk more about that, and I invite you, on our membership site, we have once a month a Zoom connection, and we chat about things that we really want to unwrap and unfold, and we gather and we hold that space. So use that as well, and let's really unwrap these ideas and thoughts, and let's get our collective insight. That's what we want to do. All right, lovely. Thank you for that. Then there was another one that was saying, I find myself detaching and disconnecting, struggling to reach myself. Okay, so now, remember when we were speaking about the ways that we distract, deny, deflect, detach, and all the ways that we push away. When we are doing pushing away energy, of course we're going to disconnect because we're trying to protect ourselves. Can you hear? When we're trying to protect ourselves by pushing away, we are causing a separation. Those are all the parameters, all the signals, all the language of survival is wrapped up inside of that. And there is our choice point. Do we want to just survive this and manage it, or do we want to actually know what is going on and choose something else? It's so much about choice. Who knew we had so much choice? So yes, if you're finding yourself detaching and disconnecting and struggling to reach your inner being or struggling to reach yourself, it's because a part of your mechanism has decided that this is really too scary for you. So it's got to block and it's got to defend and deflect your energy being. So this is part of that reason as well. It's that code or that system and the operating system that we have settled into as the truth. It's not the truth. There is another way. Good. Right, there was another question. How is neutrality different to denial? Oh, love that question. So let's think about the energy of this. Always when you come in and you're trying to work something out, just go one step back and say to yourself, what is the energy inside of this? So think about you as you are connecting to your energy. And when you're thinking of denial, it's the same as the one we just spoke about. It's that energy of pushing away and denying, and I'm not in it, and I won't look and I won't see. It's that being that is down and submerged in the mud, and God forbid it picks its head up and sees a bit of light. So this terror of being, that is the denial. The energy in that is terror and fear and anxiety, panic, suppression, that lower vibrational energy. Whereas neutrality is not adding another energy into it. So can you hear how that makes it different? That when you are able to come into neutrality, you're not pushing it away and you're not pretending. There's no pretense here. You are simply holding a space that says it's okay for this to be and me to be, and that to be and me to be. It's okay for me to be in the center. And the idea here that really helps a lot is if you can allow yourself to come into the sense of I am witnessing myself in this life. It's the observer, the one that steps one step back and can observe ourselves inside of all these interactions and inside of all this crazy chaos. That makes all the difference. Okay. Then neutrality, there was an asking to talk more about neutrality. I would love for you to connect to the guided meditations that I'm sending to you that help you to feel what neutrality feels like in your body. When you use the guided meditations, use them at night. Allow that high frequency language to integrate into your body. When we are listening like this, I must listen to it. Our defense mechanism is always activated. And so that part of us is going to go, oh, this is not going to work for me. Oh, this is just rubbish. Well, yeah, you can say that. But you can also allow for something else to awaken in your being. And the funny thing is that we wanted to awaken in our being while we're not awake. So when we are in the sleep space, we are able to process really, really rapidly. So we can process there at 40 million bits per second. This is the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he speaks about that, how quickly we can process in that space where we move into theta. We are able to access that when we go into meditation and as we're going into sleep. It is there that we can shift things so rapidly. You'll know this as an absolute inside of your body. If you've gone to bed at night and have had a very staticky kind of a day, a lot of aggravation, and you resting, and as you're dropping off to sleep, your body will suddenly do that little joke, that little jolt, that little jerk will come through your being. And we have a lot of those at night. Our system wants to release all static. We are not here as a container. We're simply here as a sensory being to integrate and to connect with the sensories, through our sensory system to the sensing of what is in and around us so that we can interpret who we are in this time and place. This idea of being able to drop into a quieter inner space is an absolute gift to us, because we bypass all the mechanisms that create the shutdown for us. And those are painful. Our systems lock them in and we trap them inside. We become very, very stuck inside of our own place. So when you put on the guided connections and you let them run, there is high vibration language moving in and through your system. And it's accessing the part of you that is your magnificence, your magnificent drive. If you were a computer, you would have a magnificent drive. And it accesses that part of you. So when you're running those meditations for neutrality, it is giving your mind body another option that you can choose from to find that space of neutrality. And you will be able to access it when you need to access it. In the meantime, we're doing our life and we're paying attention. We're standing as the observer and we're marking the moments where insight is guiding us towards higher awareness. So if there are any more questions, bring them into the Zoom room once a month Q&A that we have, and bring them in there and let's unwrap them a little bit more. We'll have a whole hour just to focus on what it is that you'd love to bring in. Bring them there, feel the support of the others in that lovely group, and let's grow together, and let's truly make our impact a beautiful, beautiful one. So much love to you all. Thank you for being part of this journey and choosing your journey.